I want to touch on something right quick. I want to touch on why having lock inspirations can be a bad thing. Now, it can be a bad thing because a lot of times people they don't have a line. You know what I mean? When I say people don't have a line, it's that when people are watching you for 3, 4, 5 plus years, they're watching you grow your hair from whatever length, from a short length usually, and look, people start to feel um, I guess look, people just start to attach themselves to your hair, and people attaching themselves to other people's hair, which is why this is one reason why this whole having a lock inspiration thing, it's bad in a sense. Also, sometimes when people say they have now that look, you have a sect of people who they just when they say, hey, someone's my lock inspiration, they just admire that person and they're able to admire that person's locks, and just leave it at that and go on and do their own thing with their own hair. But I find oftentimes that um, for a lot of people, it's not just that. It's not just you inspire them. Like, they want to do everything that you do. They want their hair to look like your hair. And I mean, look, even if you get your locks twisted, nobody's locks are really gonna look the same. You know what I mean? Nobody. I haven't seen one person in my 33 years of living um, whose dreadlocks look like somebody else's or look literally identical to them. That's just not gonna happen. Also, you get people, they people kind of get bullied into keeping their locks. Like, it's not a thing that's talked about in the lock sector, but I see it happen all the time. I don't want to say all the time. I'm reaching a little bit. I've seen it happen a good bit. People, because of the fact that people do attach themselves to other people's hair, um, and I find it especially with women, it's like they this responsibility is put on them to always keep their locks, and I think that for women it's different because um, they have when women cut their locks, it's I don't know, it's kind of like it's automatically seen as them reverting back. So when women cut their locks, it's automatically people thinking that or assuming that, well, being that you cut your locks, you must want to go back to a perm. You must want to go back to wearing wigs, or you're not embracing your natural self anymore. You wanna you wanna fall into the system and whatnot. So that's what it's viewed as for them. Uh, and people have more um, vitriol in their comment section when they cut their locks off for whatever reason. Um, it's men and women. I've seen a lot of off the wall stuff, and that's why I say people are. It's like people, they don't really care if a person, whatever person's going through. They just know that, look, I've been watching you, and because I watch you and because I like your hair, you should keep it, regardless of what you're going through personally, or simply because you just want to switch it up. I want to watch you. I like your hair, so people get entitled that way, So and I think a lot of people, in turn, are kind of scared to. They're kind of scared to cut their locks like right then and there. It's a decision. It's a well, I think for people anyway. Like, if you grow your hair for a certain amount, for a certain period of time, like, that's a tough decision in itself anyway. But it's a little bit more amplified when you are on this social media platform, and now you feel like, okay, if I do this, I'm gonna have a whole gang of people that's gonna be telling me now I'm less black, pretty much. I'm less knowledgeable, um, and because I was their inspiration, you know, that they're disappointed in me. And that's why I say the thing with the whole inspiration thing, like it's okay to admire somebody's hair. The whole, like I said, the thing I have with the word inspiration, or using somebody as your lock inspiration or hair inspiration, is that when you're inspired by a person or a thing, once that thing or person is no longer in the equation, then your enthusiasm and your want to keep going with whatever it is that you're trying to do, it 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 dissipates quite a bit, because you don't have that thing that's motivating you anymore. So that's the thing. That's the problem. That's another problem I have with these with the whole lock inspirations thing, man. I think that's because there's a large sect of people who just don't know to leave it there, and they get to bullying people into keeping their hair, or you know, even when the person cuts their hair, they're still getting badgered about, you know, having locks again. So it can be, it can be a little pushy, you know what I mean? So, um, and I think, like I said, people uh, invade women's personal space, um, anyway, as it is, as far as outside of hair, but especially with hair, a lot of people want to say so as far as how women rock their hair. So, it's it's kind of like they have this proverbial torch to carry in the lock sector of YouTube. And like I said, men, we get it. Like if something like if I chop my hair off tomorrow, I'm pretty sure I get a lot of bad comments or whatever. Um, a lot of people will be disappointed. I just don't think that you should put so much emotional attachment into somebody else's hair. Like that's insane to me. But it happens, and it shouldn't. So look, man, I want to know, as usual, I always want to know people's thoughts on the video, and I appreciate all the feedback, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. Thanks for watching.